In this video, we're going to focus on Sweden, and not just Stockholm. Of course, it's a wonderful city, but there's more to this country than the capital. And I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of destinations that you probably haven't heard of. So let's take a look at 12 beautiful places to visit in Sweden. And hopefully after this, you get to visit. So let's start this video in Stockholm, the capital, and one of those cities that feels clean, calm, and easy to navigate from the moment you arrive. Spread across 14 islands, it's a mix of modern design, quiet parks, and old world charm. You have the cobble streets in Gamlestan, the old town, where the buildings are painted in wonderful soft yellows and oranges, and cafes spill out onto the small squares. It's definitely touristy, but still worth walking around. The city has a lot of museums, and the two that stand out are the ABBA Museum, which is more fun than you might expect, especially if you grew up listening to their music, or even if you didn't. You can see the old costumes, listen to tracks, and even step into a booth to sing along. But then there's the Vasa Museum, which is built around a 17th century warship that sank on its maiden voyage and was pulled out of the sea 300 years later. It's huge and really well preserved. So even if you're not a museum person, this one is hard to skip. And once you've done that, you can stop over for fika, the Swedish coffee and pastry break. And you'll notice the city just moves at a slower and more intentional pace. Still stylish in that understated Scandinavian way. And I highly recommend that you visit in the summer because the days are long and bright. And maybe you can hop on a ferry to nearby islands in the archipelago. Which brings me to number 2. Stockholm's archipelago. The further you sail away from Stockholm, the quieter the world becomes, until it's just pine trees, salt in the air, and the sounds of water against painted wooden decks. Now the archipelago is over 30,000 islands, scattered like someone emptied a bag of marbles into the sea. Some are barely big enough for a seagull, but others have cafes, cabins, even small communities. All of them share the same off-grid magic, the kind where you pack cinnamon buns and just exist for a while. No pressure, no Wi-Fi, just a wooden sauna, swim in the Baltic, maybe the best sleep you'll have all year. Number 3, Uppsala. Now this is a historic city located just 70 kilometers north of Stockholm. So this makes it an easy day trip or overnight stop from the capital. It's best known for being the intellectual heart of Sweden, home to the university, the oldest in Scandinavia, dating back to the 15th century. But beyond the student life, the city offers that peaceful, authentic atmosphere that's a big contrast from the busy streets of Stockholm. And one of the main highlights is the Upsala cathedral, the largest church in the Nordic countries. With towering spires that dominate the skyline, and just across the street from there is the university's oldest building, now a museum filled with Viking artifacts. If you want to see fantastic views across the city, you should visit Uppsala's castle, which is perched on the hill. So although Uppsala isn't packed with attractions, it's a much slower pace and where you can sit, relax, watch locals go about their day, and take in a bit of Swedish history. Number 4 is Norrköping. Now this is a small city in eastern Sweden, about 2 hours south of Stockholm by train. Now while it's not on most of our touristy radar, it's one of those underrated places that might surprise you. Once a major textile and industrial hub, the city has completely transformed its old factories into museums, galleries and cafes, giving it that creative, almost Berlin-like energy on a much smaller scale. The heart of the city is the industrial landscape, a unique area where old brick buildings line the rushing Motala River. You'll find things like the museums of work, walking bridges, modern art installations, all scattered around. So Norrköping isn't flashy, but it's a city that blends a lot of art, history, and the quiet local life. Number 5 takes us to Kalmar, which sits on Sweden's southeastern coast and one of the country's most historic cities. Now its biggest draw is Kalmar Castle, a well-preserved fortress dating back to the 12th century. It kind of looks straight out of a fairy tale. So the city played a major role in Scandinavian history, especially during the Kalmar Union, when Sweden, Norway and Denmark were united under one crown. But beyond the castle, Kalmar has a relaxed seaside vibe, cobbled streets, pastel-coloured buildings and waterfront cafes. It's also the gateway to Arlon, Sweden's second largest island. And that's connected to the mainland by one of Europe's longest bridges. So I think Kalmar is a solid choice. Next up is Fjällbacka. And this destination is located on Sweden's southwest coast, not far away from Malmö. And what makes it unique is the Fjällbacka Viking Museum, an open-air historical village where everything is built and run as it would have been during the Viking Age. And this is fantastic, trust me. You won't find typical museum displays here. Instead, it's a living experience. People dress, work, and live like real Vikings, giving you a real immersive look at daily life 1,000 years ago. So it's especially popular in summer, and you wouldn't want to go any other time, when reenactments and markets bring the entire place to life. So if you're really interested in Viking history, or just seeing something different, this is a wonderful opportunity to do so. Number 7 is Malmö. Now this is Sweden's third largest city, and it's located in the far south, just across from the Öresund Bridge from Copenhagen. So it's one of the country's most diverse and modern cities, blending Scandinavian design with multicultural energy. The city is known for its turning torso, the twisting skyscraper that dominates the skyline, and for its laid-back vibe. There are coastal parks, bike paths, eco-friendly neighborhoods. It has it all. But you can stroll through the old town. There's a buzzing square full of cafes and restaurants, and the city has that youthful type of environment. But in all honesty, I wasn't really feeling this city. Didn't really enjoy it that much, but maybe you will have a different opinion than me. Number 8, Tarnum. Now this is a very unique destination. It's a small town on Sweden's west coast, and it's located in the region near the Norwegian border. It's best known for its incredible collection of Bronze Age rock carvings, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Now these ancient petroglyphs are carved into smooth granite surfaces, and it gives you a glimpse into life thousands of years ago, with images of people, animals, boats, and symbols that still spark curiosity today. So the area also has a museum, walking trails, and open-air exhibits that make it easy for you to explore. It's very peaceful, with big historical weight. It's not flashy, but seriously fascinating. Number 9 is Fjällbacka. So this is a picturesque fishing village on Sweden's west coast, about 90 minutes north of Gothenburg. And it's known for its scenic harbour, charming wooden houses, and dramatic cliffs that rise just behind the town. So despite its small size, it has some pop culture fame. It was a favourite getaway for Ingrid Bergman, and the setting for many of Camilla's crime novels. But you can also hike up the gorge for panoramic views over the archipelago, or even enjoy the relaxed coastal vibe. So this destination is quiet, cozy, and feels like classic seaside Sweden. Number 10, Arlon. And this destination is located in central Sweden, best known for its historic copper mine, which played a huge role in shaping Sweden's economy and power centuries ago. The Arlon mine is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's open to everyone. You can even go underground for a guided tour through its tunnels. But the town is also where the red paint originates, the deep red colour that you'll see on cottages across the country. And behind the mine, there's a mix of industrial history and nature with lakes, forests, just minutes from the town centre. Right in the heart of Sweden, Urbu is a city that feels like a perfect mix of history and a lot of modern charm. The standout here is Urbu Castle, a centuries-old fortress surrounded by a peaceful moat. So walking through its halls feels like stepping back in time, and the views of the city from its towers are quite incredible. And nearby, there's an open-air museum, and it offers a quieter glimpse into its past. There are cobblestone streets, the old wooden houses, and plenty of shops. But for a breath of fresh air, you should head to one of Sweden's most beautiful parks. Now this is where you can relax after a long day of exploring, by the river, have something to eat, and just enjoy nature and the flowers in bloom during the summer. And finally, number 12, Englesburg. Another destination in central Sweden, in the Västmanland county, home to one of the best preserved ironworks in the world, the Englesburg Ironworks. So this is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I mean, imagine that this small village played a key role during Sweden's industrial era, producing high-quality iron that was exported across Europe. And today, the ironworks complex includes workers' homes, machinery buildings, and a manor house. And it gives you that rare glimpse into 17th and 18th century industrial life. So it's not a typical tourist spot, but if you're into history and engineering, Englesburg is a quiet but fascinating destination. So there you have it, folks. That was a wonderful taste of Sweden. Now, I'm pretty sure not every one of you have been to these locations. So why not give it a try, skip the Amalfi Coast and head to Sweden. And if you do like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, and subscribe for more videos every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.